But what did 7 Billion's ideas offer to them?
So what we were coming in and working on with the schools was all around entrepreneurship and enterprise. So it's something that most schools don't really start to look at until, especially in the UK, until students are in year 10. Year 10, year 11 doing their GCSEs. So that's kind of when it starts getting looked at with regards to business studies and kind of the general studies side of things when they do A levels over here. And we looked at so many different factors. I mean, I need to get this properly sewn up, the fact that I've got, but there is a case to say that most 7-year-olds, by the time they are 7, have kind of already decided what they do or don't want to do. So if you think about the fact, take yourself back to when you were 7, you kind of probably already realised, I really love English, but I don't like doing maths. And that's probably already, without even you realising it, you've cut off quite a lot of stuff that maybe if somebody kind of pushed you a bit more into that direction or discussed it a bit more with you or said, I know you might not love maths, but if you want to be a pilot when you're this old, you're going to need to have a look at this. But actually, if you don't look at it at this point, it might mean that you effectively have to either do extra qualifications as you grow up, but also if you don't focus on it, it might mean it's something that actually becomes out of your reach. So I think it's one of those things that we were quite conscious that from a careers perspective as well, that it's actually talking to the students and understanding what it is that they do enjoy, following their passions when they're at school. So we would go into the schools and we would offer, to start with, we were offering assemblies. So we were just talking to students about our own experiences, talking about ideas, getting them to come up with ideas themselves, getting them to do presentations. And that, we started going into the lower end of secondary school. So 11 to 14-year-olds kind of age. That's where we started doing assemblies because we wanted to speak to as many students as we could. And then just as we were doing more and more assemblies, teachers, head teachers were seeing us and saying, this sounds fantastic. We really like what you're doing. We'd love to speak to the entire school. We'd love you to talk to our sixth form. We'd love you to talk to our prep schools. And then it kind of grew from there because it's just something that I think people just see the value in actually sitting down and having that conversation. Now, I know for a fact when I was at school, my careers discussion, for example, was with the librarian. She was a lovely lady, but she had no clue about me, and ironically suggested that I should be a librarian. Now, you probably already realised from our short conversation so far, I don't think I'd be a very good librarian because I'm not very good at keeping quiet. So yeah, it's just one of those things. We just want to, our whole ethos is about giving students the belief that they can have the skills to change the world. Why not? Why can't that be everybody's thoughts?